Hey guys, it's Ryan. I hope everyone's doing well. So I just wanted to check in with you guys and give you a few brief updates for things that are coming up on this channel over the upcoming weeks and months. So this past week I was actually in Cincinnati, Ohio for the New York Red Bulls against FC Cincinnati match. I was out there visiting one of my friends, Dave, who's been living out in Cincinnati since he went to school in Xavier back in 2012. So I kind of got the tour of the city. It was a really fun time. The weather was amazing. Summer's finally here, so I was pretty pumped about that. So you can look out for that video coming up in the upcoming weeks. And additionally, right now it's Friday, May 31st. Next Wednesday, June 6th, I'm actually jumping on a plane on IcelandAir, flying out of Newark, New Jersey, and I'm actually going to be going out to flying into Helsinki. So on the way there, we're actually going to be stopping in Reykjavik, short layover there. I get into Helsinki, and that's actually going to start the beginning of a 2-week trip that I'm spending over in Europe. So I'm going to be getting into Helsinki around, I think, 2:20, 2:30 p.m. I'm going to be there for a full day, and then I'm going to be taking the ferry across to Tallinn, Estonia, which is about a 2-hour ferry ride from there. From Tallinn, I'm going to be flying to Kiev, Ukraine, where I'll be spending 2 days in Ukraine. And it's just really crazy just looking at some of the places that I'm staying in and the cost of living when you start to go to these places in Eastern Europe. Like, the dollar really does go so far, and I'm going to be staying in like some really nice accommodations, like think like top of the line apartment, like penthouse type thing, for around like $40–45 a night. So after and it's kind of interesting as well, because when you compare that to Norway, Sweden, and Finland, it's extremely expensive there. But then once you get into Eastern Europe and down a little bit further south, it gets to be a lot more affordable. So after I spend a few days in Kiev, we're going to be jumping on a plane again, and we're actually going to be going to Georgia, not the state of Georgia, but the country. Whenever I tell people I'm going to Georgia for vacation for a week, they're like, "You going to Atlanta? What are you doing?" But anyway, we're flying into Batumi, I believe it's pronounced, which is a beach town on the Black Sea in Georgia. So I get in there after spending, however many days I did previously in Finland and in Estonia and in Ukraine. So we get into Batumi. I spend a day there. Again, it's at like a super nice accommodation, like $50 for like a penthouse apartment overlooking the Black Sea. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And then from Batumi, I'm actually going to be renting a car, and the majority of my trip is actually going to be spent in the country of Georgia. So I get a car from there. I'm going to be driving about 5 hours up into the mountains of Georgia, in the Caucasus Mountains, which is the tallest point in all of Europe. Even though if you look at Georgia on the map, it's basically in Asia. It's kind of a weird, ambiguous area, kind of near Turkey, a little bit south of Russia. It was formerly a part of the Soviet Union prior to it breaking up in the 1990s. So from Batumi, I get in the car, go up to Mestia, Georgia, and I'm going to be spending a couple days there in like a lodge. Going to be doing some hiking, maybe some mountain biking as well. It looks like super picturesque. I'll put a picture up on the screen now so you guys get a sense of what it looks like. From Mestia, I'm going to be going to Kutais, I think I'm definitely saying that wrong in terms of how it's pronounced, and that's going to be about, I think, another 4 or 5 hour drive. So down through the mountains, down through another one of these little villages to Kutais. From Kutais, I'm going to be driving to Tbilisi, Georgia, which is the capital of the country, and I'm going to be dropping off the car there, spending 3 days there. Don't really know what I'm doing, and really the whole point of this trip is that I don't really want to book anything. I have the cities I'm staying in, I have the flights booked, but I don't actually know what my activities that are going to be doing are. And I feel like a lot of the times when I travel, I kind of I'm checking off boxes, and I feel like a lot of people out there, you kind of see the same thing where you go to a certain city and you're like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, and you end up just kind of running around the city and not actually being able to enjoy and embrace the culture that's there, because you're so busy trying to check off all these different boxes of things that you have to do. So with this trip, I really did want to make it different, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I don't know, again, what I'm doing, but I'm going to be bringing my camera along for all of it, so you guys are going to be there for the ride. So look out for, a lot of really cool videos coming out over the upcoming weeks and months. I'm probably going to be putting out a video every week for my 14–15 day trip, so there's definitely going to be a lot of content that I can produce. And then I just didn't mention as well, finally, when I leave Tbilisi, I will have like a 4:15 a.m. flight in the morning, and I'm going to be traveling to Copenhagen, Denmark. So I'll be spending 2 days in Copenhagen then, and then on the way back I'm also flying on IcelandAir, and I have an 8-hour layover in Reykjavik. So I'm actually going to jump off the plane and make it to the Blue Lagoon, which is a very famous place in Iceland, before I get back on another plane back to New York on Wednesday, June 19th, and then somehow I'll be able to make it up to get into work the next day. I'm not sure how well that's gonna go. Thursday, Friday, thankfully it will only be 2 days, and hopefully there won't be a mountain of work for me when I get back, but we'll see. I have some good people that are covering me. So anyway, super pumped for the trip, guys, but I just wanted to give you, kind of a heads up about what's to come, in the upcoming weeks. A lot of really exciting things. Not a lot of people go to Georgia on vacation, so I'm hoping to be able to showcase you, the beauty of that country. And one of the main reasons why I chose to go there was because after seeing this video, it's called Don't Go to Georgia, but it was kind of just talking about all the misconceptions about Georgia and why you really should go there. So I can actually put a link to that video down in the description, because I saw that video and I was like, all right, I have to go. I didn't really know where I was going on this trip. All I knew was that I got a multi-city flight ticket, so into Helsinki, out from Copenhagen, both from Newark, and round trip into Helsinki, and basically that whole thing is only costing me $399 plus the bag fee, which I had to pay because I'm getting a check bag, going to Europe for 2 weeks. But it was an incredible deal, so I just booked that, and I'm like, once I'm in Europe, it's super cheap, it's super easy to get around with all the discount airlines. So I kind of just booked my trip based off that, and literally just a week ago, 2 weeks to traveling, I was like, all right, Georgia, I'm going. So anyway, stay tuned for that, guys. It'll be coming out in the upcoming weeks, and until next time, I hope everyone has a great day.